My name is Steph Skupin. I used to work as a veterinarian for many years, and now I have my own company, The Leaders Work, and I work with veterinarians and other healthcare professionals, helping people like you look at your stress differently so that you can respond differently and feel more confident, more relaxed when you're at work, and also so that you've got a lot more energy left over after work to actually enjoy your life. And so what I want to talk about today is how to respond to accusations by, most of the time it's a right client, it might be patient, and it might also be colleagues or team workers. And so, how in that moment, when you have somebody standing in front of you, telling you how you fucked up, how do you respond professionally when at the same time your inner being, screams at the injustice of the situation, right? And how do you learn to respond with understanding or even with kindness when actually all you want to do is run away or attack back, right? So this is going to be a 5-video series, 5 short videos, and I'm going to cover when to respond and when not to respond. That we're going to look at right now. And then the next video is going to be about exit strategies. How do you get yourself out of that situation, still looking professional? And then boundaries. What's the use of boundaries? How do you put them up professionally? And then empathy. How do you get yourself to really be empathetic? Because that's not actually that difficult when you reframe mentally what is happening. And then agreement. This is the most accomplished way of responding to these situations, is when you can actually see how you and that person, complaining to you are actually on the same plane. So let's start with when to respond and when not. And so for that, I just want you to remember there is, we have like a couple of different zones that we, for our growth that we operate in. And I'm sure you've heard that or seen like one of those concentric cycles of zones. And so the zone that we're most, that we like to be in is our comfort zone. And so in that comfort zone, we don't really learn anything because it's like, it's comfortable. So why put ourselves out there? And then the next zone afterwards around the comfort zone is the growth zone. So in this zone, we are stretched a little bit beyond the comfort zone. This is where we try out new things and we look at things in a different way. And this is where we learn. And, obviously, as we learn, our comfort zone expands. So that's also always like an important thing to keep in mind, that the more you learn, the more comfortable you are in more different situations. So, and then around on the other side of the comfort zone is something called the panic zone. And so the panic zone is where you're at when you're in a situation that's challenging, but you can't deal. It's too much, it's overwhelming. So in those situations, we freeze, we fight, or we run away. And that is normal human behavior. So just know that this is how we act in the panic zone. And however much we like to be professionals, as long as we haven't learned to deal with the situation, that's how we're going to react. Right? Okay, so when you're in the panic zone, is not the time to respond. And it's not the time to try and diffuse a situation because you are overwhelmed. It's not the moment to learn how to deal with the situation right now. It's a moment to keep yourself from attacking and move out of the situation best as you can. And there are absolutely ways to doing that professionally and without losing any more face than you are losing already, because in the eyes of this person, you have made a mistake of some sort. You know, like putting away whether that it's true or not, that's a discussion. A discussion is not really solving anything. This is about, how do I respond professionally in this moment? And so that's what we're going to look at in the next short video, is exit strategies. What I want you to take away here right now is there is a comfort zone, the zone that where you're comfortable in, then the growth zone. This is where you learn how to respond to the challenges. And if it's a challenge like that's really feeling threatening to you, then you need to learn about this challenge in another moment, as in right now, listening and looking at this video, you know, and at a later time contemplating, how could I have acted in this situation? Okay. And once again, I'm Steph Scoopin, and I work with veterinarians and other healthcare professionals to reframe the way we look at stress so that you can feel more relaxed and confident at work.